Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming my November reading wrap-up slash reading log. I don't really know what to call it. It's what I've read in the month of November. I'm also going to show you 2 items that I picked up today for Black Friday. They really did not have much. Manga-wise, they had nothing. Nothing I'm currently collecting on any websites. Whereas in store, it was just volume 1s of certain companies and certain sets that I wasn't collecting, that I'd never really even heard of, or the most current volume of One Piece, which I haven't collected any of One Piece, so why would I want volume 106 or 103 or something, or whatever it's at. One Piece is amazing, but it is a lot to collect, and I do not want to bite that bullet. So I'm going to cover what I did buy and what I've read. So subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know what you guys are currently reading. Also, I've dipped my toe into manhwa. I made a wrong choice as far as that goes. So you guys recommend me some manhwa, something that's easy to collect, maybe shorter, just so I could get a grasp of what it is. And it can be BL as well, because I do like that. So you guys, let me know down below, what would you recommend as far as manhwa goes? So let's just get right into my little haul first. I picked up Alchemized by Sen Lin Yu. This was all over everywhere. Everybody was talking about this, and I gave in to the hype. I know nothing about this, but people recommended it, so I picked it up. It was $48. I got 50% off for Black Friday. And then I got an extra 10% off because of my membership, so I paid like $21 for it. Not bad at all. I know it's based off of a Harry Potter fan fiction. I never read that. I know everybody says if you have not read the fan fiction, it is easier to read this and understand this. Because if you have read the fan fiction, you're trying to make all the connections. So I have not read it, so I hope it's easy to understand and follow and enjoy. We will see. Next off, I went to GameStop. GameStop had 20% off their figures, and because I'm a platinum member, I got 10% off as well, so 30% off. This is Nico from Witch Watch. $32.99, but with my discounts after taxes, it was $26 and change. Really loved Witch Watch. Did not think they would come out with figures for them because it wasn't as popular of an anime, but surprisingly they came out with a figure for it, so I picked it up. And she is right here. She's so cute. I kind of wish they did another outfit, not her school uniform, because it's so basic. And some of the outfits she wears in the anime are so cute. But they did the school uniform. So, a little basic, but I love the character, I love her hair, I love the anime, so I had to pick it up. And it's just a small little base, so it doesn't take up a lot of room. On to what I've read. Read volume 3, the final volume of Never Let Go. This is really good. This is about one of our main characters, Miyabi, letting go of all his fears. He had a bad childhood, a bad experience growing up. He's an Omega, so you know, he has a lot of fears. And that holds him back from being fully himself in his relationship. So this is about him kind of letting all that go, accepting all that, and moving past it. And finally moving to like the final part of their relationship, like getting married and stuff like that, feeling at ease being able to get married is really cute, is really sweet. After what we learned in volume 1, what he went through in volume 1, this was such a relief. I was so worried. I read both box sets I picked up of Hitorejime My Hero. I really enjoyed this, just like I enjoyed the anime. It is an age gap. He's 15, he's 27. What can you do? A lot of age gap animes and stuff like that. It's consensual though. Okay, nobody's being forced into anything. It is a very green flag between them. They respect each other's boundaries. They know the risks of being together and they accept that. They're prepared for it. My only red flag throughout this series, which I saw in the anime as well, is the younger brother and his childhood friend, who is now his boyfriend. The younger brother is just very innocent and aloof. And the best friend / boyfriend is very greedy, very selfish, very much about himself and what he wants. He wants to be physical and affectionate in the relationship, and the little brother's not really okay with that. He doesn't really want that. But he's realizing that in order to keep his best friend, in order to keep his boyfriend, he has to do these things for him, or else they're not gonna stay together. And he's afraid of separating. That is a red flag to me. But these two, no red flags. Like, they're completely aware of everything in their relationship. And it is what kept me reading. And is what's gonna keep me reading, because I do plan on getting more of them. They're up to volume 16 right now. The website says it's ongoing. Google says it's complete. I don't know what's happening. I hope it's ongoing, because then they come out with another box set. Otherwise, I have to collect 4 individual novels. But we will see about that. I also read Spice and Wolf, the Collector's Edition, Volume 1. These are 2 volumes in one. It's basically the introduction to the story. Holo and Lawrence meet for the first time. That's our main pairing, our main characters. It's about Holo convincing Lawrence that she is what she is. About them traveling together. And then their first kind of conflict or big fight in the manga comes up, which they have to kind of resolve. But they really don't know how to fully go about it. So they need help, and they get help, but it kind of leaves you in a cliffhanger because you don't get to see the resolution to the conflict. But it's not like, oh, I'm stabbing someone and then cliffhanger. It's not like that. It's like they're just walking and then you just don't get to see what happens. That'll take place in volume 2, obviously. But I really like that story. It's a slice of life. It's really sweet. It's really nice. I'm in Love with the Villainess, volume 1. I really enjoy it. This is an isekai. A girl gets reincarnated into a dating sim she was playing, and she becomes the heroine. Problem is her favorite character isn't the dateable characters, it is the villainess. She is in love with the villainess, and the villainess is having none of that. She beats her down on the back. It is very comedic, at the same time a little sad, just a little, because it's a little bit unrequited, but it's actually really cute and I like it, and it made me laugh a lot. It is a GL. It's not labeled anywhere on here as a GL. I did have to look it up to make sure it's a GL, and it is. It has an anime adaptation. I watched it and I was like, yeah, it's a GL. But when I got this and it wasn't labeled, I was like, is the manga not a GL? Just the anime? I had to look it up to confirm it. King's Beast Volume 5. I'm really disappointed in this. Very disappointed. I love the artwork. I loved the idea of the story. But it hasn't progressed. There's no progress. We are still basically in Volume 1. This is supposed to be a revenge plot. She enters the palace to figure out what happened to her brother and get revenge on the person who hurt him. So far, all we've seen is her bonding with the prince, bonding with the characters in the palace, finding feelings for the prince and trying to hide and failing to hide those feelings for the prince. We are no closer to knowing who's done what to her brother than we were in Volume 1. And I am so disappointed. I don't want to have to buy 10 volumes to actually start a story. I don't need 10 volumes of them getting to know each other and falling in love before they actually start the plot. So this may end up being a drop for me. I'm going to get maybe 1 or 2 more volumes and give it a shot, but this is on the chopping block, I think. It is really disappointing me. And to be honest, I'm leaning more towards collecting the rest of I'm in Love with a Villainess than collecting this. Because this has nothing in it, whereas I'm in Love with the Villainess covered so much in it. Inspector Volume 1 and 2. I love this. It is mystery supernatural. We have Kotoko and Kuro, our 2 main characters. Kotoko is decided to be the goddess of wisdom for all supernatural beings. Meaning that when they have a conflict, issue, or questions, she comes in, she solves them, or she answers them for them. Now Kotoko meets Kuro and she starts having feelings for Kuro. Finds out Kuro has supernatural abilities, and it's like, 2 birds, 1 stone. I can spend time with my crush while getting him to help me solve these mysteries with his powers. Because things do have to get physical, of course. And little Kotoko cannot handle all that by herself, obviously. In order to become the goddess of wisdom, they had to take her leg and they had to take her eye. So in every cover, she has a prosthetic leg and a prosthetic eye. That is how you become the goddess of wisdom. I really enjoy this. I am hoping that they do not go overboard or really include the weird cousin relationship between Kuro and his cousin, because they did that in the anime and it wasn't really overboard, but it was insinuated, it was briefly mentioned. And it is insinuated in Volume 2 of this. But I don't want to see it. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want it to continue. So I'm kind of hoping it's not that serious. I will see when I get to it. It may end up being something I have to drop because of that. Next up, I have volumes 1 to 4 of Soul Eater Perfect Edition. These have 1.5 volumes in them, so not 2, 1.5. Volume 1, we have our introduction to our weapons and our meisters. Volume 2, we have our first big conflict come up. I'm just going to call them conflicts because I'm not sure what to call them. Volume 3, we have our characters going on missions to become stronger. And then Volume 4, we have our very first big plot twist, I guess. The big bad person in the manga awakens in this volume. Is it this volume? Yeah, it's this volume he awakens in. This volume's about them trying to stop his awakening, but he awakens. A little bit of a spoiler, I'm sorry. But yeah. So things are just starting to get warmed up here. This is where the story really starts. And I'm really excited about that. Soul Eater is a nostalgic anime for me. It's in my top 5. I love the story. It is so fun. Even though it's supposed to be serious, it is so fun. On to light novels. I just finished this one today. Lout of Count's Family. Again, it is an isekai where a normal person was isekai'd into a series of books he was reading as he was reborn as the Lout. Now, as the Lout, all he wants to do is live a safe, peaceful life. This story is about to go to war, and he wants to avoid that at all costs. So he is building up his power, building up his money, so he can afford that kind of life. But things aren't going quite his way, because everybody sees him as a hero, which he does not want. It is so funny. My favorite character is definitely the dragon, because again, you have a small dragon with a big attitude. You know, like, I am a great and mighty dragon. You lowly humans, look up to me, type of thing. But also very puppy-like. Like, please praise me. Praise me. I did so good. Type of thing. This novel is just, to me, it's really cute. Because we're getting to know the dragon more with the main character. And the main character names the dragon finally. And it's just a really cute and heartwarming scene. Our main character is getting stronger. The plot continues. But there's an issue. This series is a series, but he's only read 5 books in the series. He hasn't read past that. So he does not know what to happen. So he is trying to prepare for after what he does not know. I think it's really good. I read volume 1 of I'll Become a Villainess Who Goes Down in History. And I read volume 2 as well. I really like this. This has an anime adaptation. These 2 volumes, I would say, cover about 2/3 of the anime if you've watched it. Volume 1, you know, she wakes up in this world. She decides what she wants to be. She trains to become stronger. She meets all the main characters type thing. Volume 2, she has a goal set for her. If you meet this goal, you can continue going to school. So, in order to meet this goal, it takes her 2 years. So we jump 2 years. She is now stronger. She's meeting up with all the characters again. We get to see her meet all the characters again. What conflicts have taken place while she was gone. And what conflicts are currently taking place now that she's back. It is really good. It's really cute. It's really sweet. I love her and the prince. I love their relationship. It's really good. I can't wait for volume 3. On to the Danmei. I read Dingai Fusheng Records volume 1 and volume 2. I recommend reading these before Legend of Exorcism. These are connected. They're the same world, but they take place. This takes place centuries before Legend of Exorcism does. So read this first. This explains the magic tools, the gods, the magic system, why certain things are passed down through certain family lines. This explains it all. We have our main character. He's the only one who could use magic. Magic has been locked up for some reason. They don't know why. He has 4 years to figure it out and unlock it again. His first mission, though, is to find the person who is supposed to be his protector. His power is the heart lamp. The person who wields the heart lamp always has a protector. So he needs to look for his protector. But what do you do when your protector doesn't want to protect you? You gotta convince him. And then we have like our first big plot twist in this. We figure out why the protector doesn't want to protect him. And we solve some political issues. Some supernatural political issues. Volume 2 is a completely different conflict going on. Again, it's supernatural. They're trying to figure out the backstory, like where these supernatural monsters from volume 1 have come from. They're trying to figure it out in volume 2, while also meeting like gods, an original god. It's really fun. I really like it. I'm really excited to read more of it, and I really do like the characters. I like that dynamic where they're like wary of each other. You know, frenemies? Is that what we call it? Like, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer type thing. I like that. 300 Years of Longing. I also really enjoy. This is not an isekai. It is a case of amnesia. But he thinks he's been isekai'd. He thinks he's a wandering soul in another person's body. When he starts remembering, it's like, now I have to keep this secret. It is very fun because even though he's starting to remember things, according to everybody around him, he's like completely different to what he was originally. So it's got me very intrigued. It also, because he's remembering things, we're going back and forth between past and present, which a lot of people don't like. They said it was confusing. They don't label past and present in this, so you kind of have to figure it out about like how the writing is and how the characters are speaking. You have to figure it out through that. Other than that, it is a fantastic read, and I will be continuing it. I also read volume 8, volume 9, and volume 10 of The Husky and His White Cat Season. Volume 8 covers, betrayals. Volume 9 covers the loss of people. Volume 10 is our conclusion. Keep in mind, part of Volume 10 is also extras. Volume 11 is going to be the final book, and it is complete extras. Our story ends in Volume 10. Everything else is an extra. It is one of my favorite danmes of all time. I highly recommend it. It is, the beginning of it is raunchy, very red flag-ish, revenge theme, like a revenge plot, a lot of misunderstandings. Then when we figure out some of those misunderstandings, it becomes really bittersweet. Heartwarming, but bittersweet. And then we get into this stuff. Okay, we get into more just heart-rending sorrow. And then, of course, the ending is, while it's sweet, it's still bittersweet. Okay? Sorry about her. But again, it's in my top 5. I highly recommend this one. I do really like it, and I can't wait for the last volume to come out. That is everything I've read. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know what manhwa I should be reading, because I do not know. I tried and I made a mistake, so you guys let me know. Yeah, I will see you guys in December with some videos. I do have some ideas for some videos, and I'll see you guys then. Bye, guys.